Live from the Workplace Summit, Out and Equal is proud to present the Outie, a celebration of LGBTQ workplace inclusion. Who are the leaders building cultures of belonging? How do they innovate? What are they doing for the cause of equality? You are about to find out.
This week, we recognize and elevate the people and organizations who are leading the way to LGBTQ inclusion and cultures of belonging with the 2020 Outie Awards.
This afternoon, our first Outie is a new one, Belonging During COVID.
This award recognizes an organization, company, federal agency, or nonprofit that stepped up to the challenges of operating in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic by innovating to maintain and increase a sense of belonging for all employees. Nominations were selected based on a review by an esteemed committee of independent business and community leaders.
And the honorees for Belonging During COVID are John Deere, Target, and J.P. Morgan Chase.
John Deere's 1,300 Rainbow ERG members were working from home due to COVID-19. Realizing that their feelings of isolation needed attention, Rainbow ERG leaders created popular virtual check-ins and other online forms of community. They also used this time to launch the first ever LGBTQ awareness online course. And when the racial justice movement came to the forefront, Rainbow ERG partnered with John Deere's People of Color ERG, Berg, to discuss and draft a formal statement on racial justice. Target answered the call with financial aid, medical supplies, and telecommunication infrastructures for local and global organizations assisting vulnerable communities. They supported their own team members by offering increased pay for frontline workers and expanding paid leave for at-risk employees. Then, amid social unrest, Target stood with the Black community through ERG programming, public calls to action, and support for local organizations. J.P. Morgan Chase drew on ERGs to help foster a sense of belonging. The Pride ERG and J.P. Morgan Chase's LGBT+ Executive Forum created virtual events and hosted panels around the world, partnering with LGBTQ organizations to discuss the impact of COVID-19. Recognizing the risk of loneliness and isolation, Pride ERG leaders mobilized to reach out directly to every single ERG member throughout the organization.
And the Outie for 2020, Belonging During COVID, goes to John Deere. Accepting the award from John Deere, Roberto Leone.
On behalf of John Deere and our Rainbow Employee Resource Group, I wish to thank Out and Equal for this humbling honor. Friends, 2020 has not been normal. Our lives changed suddenly and dramatically. For many of us, we have been isolated from the human support systems upon which we depended to survive and thrive. Much like this video, our human contact has often been reduced to what we can fit through a digital screen. Take heart in knowing, however, that these challenges are not new. These are challenges that we at John Deere and those of us in the LGBTQ+ community have overcome by creating ways to be together, wherever we are and despite whatever we face. Over a century ago, John Deere endured another global pandemic. In 1918, against the backdrop of World War I, the Spanish flu gripped our home communities while hundreds of John Deere employees served overseas. In the face of war and disease, we found ways to be together. At our factories, we created committees to treat the ill. We also started Saturday night programs to bring people together through learning, such as courses in reading, cooking, and of course, tractor operations. What was true in 1918 remains true today. We can wield the power in togetherness. And during these last 6 months, our Rainbow Employee Resource Group has acted on our legacy. For instance, we have taken care of each other and those around us by creating charitable giving opportunities to replace in-person volunteerism. We have also launched virtual speaking engagements to offer support and optimism. And when Global Pride Fests were canceled, we forged ahead with our most successful Pride Month ever with the theme, Together Anywhere. By their very nature, employee resource groups provide a safe space for diverse employees to discover the power of togetherness. To exist, however, employee resource groups like Rainbow depend upon leaders like our own Mark Van Pence and Andres Carberry, who see their value and invest in them. Similarly, the source of an employee resource group's power is found in its people. Our employee resource group is fortunate to have a strong bench of allies ready to answer the call. The steering team and numerous subcommittees made our initiatives a reality. There are too many names to mention, but you know who you are. Again, on behalf of my company and the Rainbow ERG, please accept our gratitude for this award and the chance to be together with you. Thank you.
And now, the Outie you've all been waiting for, the 2020 Workplace Excellence Award.
This award recognizes an employer that has a historic and ongoing commitment to pursuing and executing workplace equality for LGBTQ employees in their workplace. This employer has a history of not only continually raising the bar of workplace equality for others to follow, but also supports other organizations' diversity and inclusion efforts as well, through active knowledge sharing and peer organization mentoring.
And the honorees for the Workplace Excellence Awards are Dow and Toyota.
Dow has been one of the most consistent champions for LGBTQ equality in public policy. They were one of the first to support the Equality Act, and they continue to engage in state-based efforts to fight against anti-LGBTQ legislation. With strong executive support that is felt at headquarters and on the plant floor, Dow's LGBTQ Employee Resource Group, GLAD, has become one of their largest ERGs. Its membership represents more than 10% of the company workforce, with regional leads in North America, Latin America, EMI, and APAC regions. Toyota. Toyota's values of respect for people and continuous improvement show in their approach to the LGBTQ community. In 2002, they were among the first auto companies to adopt domestic partner benefits for same-sex couples. Their LGBTQ business partnering group, Spectrum, has 11 chapters in North America, advancing inclusive environments in the workplace and local communities. Partnering with the Los Angeles LGBT Center, Toyota's youth program, Out for Safe Schools, provides staff training for major LA school districts, helping LGBTQ youth deal with bullying or mental health issues.
And the winner of the 2020 Outie for Workplace Excellence goes to Dow. Accepting the award from Dow, Amy Wilson.
Hi, my name is Amy Wilson, General Counsel and Corporate Secretary for Dow. I'm also the executive sponsor of Dow's LGBTQ+ and Ally Employee Resource Group, GLAD. It's an honor to join you and accept the 2020 Workplace Excellence Outie on Dow's behalf, and on behalf of all the incredible people I get to call my colleagues, who work so tirelessly to create a more inclusive workplace and world. It's even more special that our team is being recognized this year. It's our 20th anniversary as an employee resource group at Dow. When GLAD began, the group was actually very similar to today. Passionate, inclusion-minded employees affecting change to better our company and the world. You may be asking, what was the spark that got us started? In 1999, our then CEO received an email from a concerned employee asking why sexual orientation was not included in our anti-discrimination policy. The anonymous note concluded, "I hope that someday I will be brave enough to sign a letter like this with my name. I also hope that in 1, 2, or 5 years, I will have seen enough progress that I will still want to give my very best to remain with Dow." Now, 20 years later, we have come a long way. Today, if you send a letter to Dow's CEO, it will still find itself on the desk of a forward-thinking, inclusion-minded CEO. He personally understands the importance of inclusion. The day he chose to come out to Team Dow is one of the most memorable days in my career. He spoke from the heart, and you could feel just how meaningful it was to him and to all of us on the Dow team. In this moment, accepting this award, is also deeply personal and meaningful because it recognizes that the great strides Dow and GLAAD have made truly improve people's lives and create real change. The author of that original anonymous note, the note that started this 20-year inclusion journey, recently sent us another email. GLAAD and Dow's overall support made a huge difference in my life. I grew comfortable bringing my whole self to work. I could finally share my family and personal life within my work life. Most significantly, I became a father to 4 beautiful children, and that probably would never have happened if I had not overcome the divided life I used to live. For that, and hearkening back to my letter, I am still so proud at Dow. And this time, he included his name. We're all dealing with a lot right now. A global pandemic, economic hardships. We're taking action to address injustice and inequity. And we're picking up the pieces from wildfires, explosions, flooding, hurricanes, and everything else 2020 has thrown at us. But we should all take time to celebrate the great work we've all done to advance inclusion, and celebrate the advancements this important work has made on people's lives. Your work has changed lives. Out and Equal, thank you again for recognizing us. And to all of my colleagues at Dow, especially our GLAAD team, congratulations on this great recognition.
Congratulations to all the 2020 Outie Award nominees, honorees, and winners we've celebrated over the past few days. Because of you, we all have a clearer picture of what it means to rise to the challenge of inclusion everywhere and every day. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.